Okay, good afternoon, traders. Let's go ahead and get started. Want to welcome everybody here. I'm excited to teach this webinar today. We're going to talk about basic training. Basic training and three-bar reversal. So I haven't done the three-bar reversal webinar in like, I don't know, 6 months. So I'm excited to go over this one. This is a pretty cool little strategy. It's a very simple strategy anybody could learn and start trading right away. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, best practices, all those kinds of things on how to trade it. So I think this will be awesome. Um, but before we get started, as always, I need to remind everybody about the risks involved in this market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So please be aware of how many pips you're risking on each trade, in addition to how big your lot size is, and ultimately how that would affect your account if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're going through that process each and every time that you take a trade. All right, guys, so let's go over the three-bar reversal strategy. So it's a pretty simple thing. I don't know how long we'll need. Maybe we'll make this short as 15 minutes. We'll go as long as 45 minutes, just however long. Just depends on how many people have questions and things like that. So let's go over. Let's just go over the basics of it. So first of all, the three-bar reversal. It's in fact, real quick. I like to do this sometime. Let's actually ask ChatGPT. I always say GBT, but it's GPT. Uh, I've developed a habit now, so I have to fix it. Let me ask GPT, the AI. We'll just call it the AI. Let's ask the AI here what a three-bar reversal is. So what is a three-bar reversal pattern in Forex trading? Okay. All right, let's see how big this answer is going to be. Probably huge. We probably won't read everything, but we'll just kind of go over the basic details of it. So a three-bar reversal pattern in Forex trading is a price action pattern that signals a potential reversal in the current trend. It consists of three consecutive candles and is used by traders to identify possible turning points in the market. Here's how the pattern is typically formed and interpreted. Okay, let's actually read it. And by the way, here's how the pattern is typically formed and interpreted. So not everybody's the same. I actually know tons of people that trade it differently. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. I'm going to show you some of the ways that I think are more probable. So if you can get the setup just right, it looks pretty good. I'm going to show you a couple of others where, that are acceptable. So I'll show you different ways, but I guess this is the main way that ChatGPT is saying. So it says this pattern indicates a potential shift from a downtrend to an uptrend. The sequence of candlesticks is as follows. Bar one is a long bearish candle down, a long bearish down candlestick indicating strong selling pressure. Bar two, a smaller bearish or bullish candlestick, often showing indecision or slowing momentum in the selling pressure. And then bar three, a long bullish up candlestick that closes above the high of the bar one, indicating a strong shift in momentum from sellers to buyers. Okay, so let's kind of go through that a little bit slowly. So first, bar one, a long bearish candle down, okay, indicating strong selling pressure. For me, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I would just be looking for some kind of bearish candle. And it doesn't really tell you, and the AI and neither myself are going to tell you this, but you don't necessarily need like a perfectly downwards candle. It can just be like they're saying a strong downward candle. Okay, so that means the market's going down in bar one. Bar two tells us some more information. Bar two says a smaller bearish or bullish candlestick, often showing indecision or slowing momentum and selling pressure. So bar two, like I said, it's also bearish. Okay. I guess they're saying or bullish candle, often showing indecision or slowing momentum in the selling pressure. Okay, so for me, I usually look for one that's also bearish, but I guess it doesn't really matter, come to think of it. Yeah, I mean, the way they're saying this, it could be just more of an indecision candle. So some kind of doji candle, like just a plus sign doji, where there's a really small body, maybe longer wicks on both sides, would be a really good indecision candle. That's what you'd be looking for on bar two. And then bar three would be a long bullish up candlestick that closes above the high of bar one, indicating a strong shift in momentum from sellers to buyers. Okay, that's pretty much that's a three-bar reversal. And you got the three-bar reversal bearish pattern right here. Like I said, they're pretty much the same thing. I actually, by the way, I didn't really mention all the benefits of this, but this is really successful. Like I actually know a couple of traders that just use the three bar reversal, and that's how they make their money is just trading the three bar reversal. So, um, I wouldn't underestimate this because it really is simple. And here's where I've noticed the people that have the most success is with when they develop routines on when they're going to trade it. So they develop a time frame that they like to trade the three bar reversal on. We're going to talk about different time frames that you can trade this on, or they develop like yes, like I said, different time frames. You've got um um like some people what they do is they look for three bar reversals at the end of a trading session or at the beginning of a trading session. So we'll talk about that too. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. Okay, so let's continue on here. Let's actually go look at a chart. So with that information, let's try to find a three bar reversal. Okay, so I actually see several here. So, like, let's just try to find a bullish example based off of what we just read. Okay, so we need to find, yeah, like this would work right here. Here's a pretty big pivot point right in this area right here. You can see you've got this bearish candle. It's not a huge bearish candle, but then you have kind of an indecision candle right here, huge wick at the top, small body. And then the next candle closes above. That's one of the requirements is that the candle closes above the high, or not the high, but the body of the first candle, first bar, which is what we have right there. So, yep, definitely looking pretty bullish right there. And then obviously the market just kind of continued on after that. Okay, let's see if we can find another one. This is pretty close. It doesn't qualify though. Why would this one not qualify? So you have a really nice bullish candle, an indecision candle right here, and then you get the bear candle, but the bear candle doesn't quite surpass um, the body of the first candle right there. Okay. And then let's continue on. Let's continue to the left side over here and let's see what else we can find. Um, this would qualify as a three bar reversal, actually, based off of the definition from the AI. You have a pretty bearish candle right here, a candle in the middle right here. It's not kind of an indecision, but then the next candle is pretty bullish, and the high of this candle surpasses the the body of this candle right here, the first one. So that would qualify. Here's another good one. This is another three bar reversal that I just noticed right here. Um, you've got a bearish candle right here, another bearish candle, and according to the AI, it can be either way. And I would agree with that. That's fine. This is the way I like it actually. So I like it when they're both bearish, and then you get one just absurd bullish candle like that just overpowers both of those candles combined. This is my preferred way of doing it. Yeah, I like this because it engulfs both candles, um, all their bodies, their wicks, everything, just engulfs all of it. And then from there, the market goes up from there. So how do you trade this? So some people just use it as a way to detect reversals. Some people actually will trade it. So what some people will do, in fact, a pretty common way to trade this is to once this final engulfing candle forms, what you got to do is you got to place a long position at the top of that candle. So you just get in at market, and then what they do is they put a stop loss around the body. So okay, so stop loss would go right there, and then you could ride this up, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, however you wanted to ride this. This is pretty common right here. So you'd have so again, this is candle one, candle two, and then candle three is your engulfing candle right there. And that engulfing candle engulfs the previous two candles. So that's my favorite way of trading it. It doesn't have the three bar reversal doesn't have to be done that way, but I really like this one. Um, and then you, like I said, this one actually went up to 1 to 2. It looks like it went up a little bit higher total, but I think most people just write them at least just 1 to 1. I guess you could try to go 1 to 2 or better. Um, and then, or wait until the next three bar reversal and then get out. So this is a really good example of a three bar reversal right there. This is also a good one over here. Um, I think the two key points is one, you have an opposing candle for bar one, and then by the time you get to the third candle, that third candle has to surpass the body of the first candle. That's what a three bar reversal is. So another good one right here. I just noticed this is a bearish example.
Hey traders, it's Steve from the future. I hope you have enjoyed this video so far. If you are getting value out of this video, be sure to hit the like button, click the subscribe button, and share your trading thoughts. I read all the comments, so feel free to ask any questions you have there too. On a side note, I host live trading calls like this one you are watching every day. Some of my biggest trading secrets I share exclusively to just the members in my program. I host these live trading calls every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I also host a basic training webinar every Monday for the newer traders and the regular COT report and sentiment trading webinars every Wednesday night at 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern for the advanced and aspiring traders. All of these calls are recorded and promptly posted on the members' trading calendars at the conclusion of each call in case your schedule does not permit you to come to the live call. All of my members have complete access to the scanner. We call it Steve Scanner. This is an institutional grade trade alert scanner that picks the direction of the week on all 28 major currency pairs and includes trading instruments like gold, silver, NAS 100, US 30. Just in the last 90 days, I have made over 3,000 pips just taking the top trade signals from the scanner at the beginning of the week and then just holding those trade alerts until Friday. If you want access to the scanner, you can start a 14-day free trial with the join link in the description to get started. Lastly, if you really want to be a full-fledged VIP member of my program to get access to things like the basic training course, live signals channel, Steve's scanner, trading calendars, and the one-on-one calls with me throughout the month, you can use code YouTube50, that's YouTube50, no spaces at checkout, and save $50 on your first month. Again, just click the link in the description below and apply that coupon to become a VIP member, and I look forward to helping you with your inevitable trading success going forward. Now, back to the video.
This is prime. Like this is exactly what I like, is this kind of three bar reversal right here, because with this one you have you have a bullish candle. You actually have another bullish candle, which is the way I like it. And then it's kind of an indecision candle because you got these huge wicks, a wick at the top, a little bit of a wick on the bottom. The body is small, which is usually what you want to see on bar two. The characteristics of bar two are that you want to see it kind of with a smaller body. And then by the time you get to bar three is just super, like in this case, super bearish. And it's so bearish that one of the requirements is that that third candle has to engulf and surpass at least the first candle. Okay, so, and it does. You can see that that bearish candle right there engulfs bar two and bar one. Okay, but it only has to engulf bar one, and it has to surpass it. And then that would classify as a three bar reversal. So, how would somebody trade this again? It's the same thing I just showed you on the other side. So, as soon as you see that, you put in a sell stop, or not a sell stop, just a sell at market. Your stop loss goes on the other side of that bearish candle. And then you can ride this for at least 1 to 1. Okay, that's a requirement. I never take trades unless it's at least 1 to 1. Looks like you could have gone 1 to 2 easily. 1 to 3, it doesn't quite get to 1 to 3. So in both examples that we just looked at, didn't get quite get to 1 to 3, but it did get to 1 to 2 in both examples. So that's kind of an interesting observation. Okay, let's look for another one. Let's go I want to do several of these just to make sure you guys get it. Yeah, here's another really good 3 bar reversal right here. Okay. This one actually was like a 4 bar reversal because you had one, two, three bullish candles. Um, that one right there is definitely kind of an indecision. Okay, the tighter the body in that middle candle, that number two candle, the better because that means indecision. And also the bigger the wicks, the tighter the body, that's really good. And then what happens on the third candle? The third candle is always going to be the most impressive candle. If it's not the most impressive candle, it's probably not a 3 bar reversal. Okay, so with this one, you do in fact have a very impressive bearish candle right there, and it engulfs the last two candles. It actually engulfs the last three candles. Okay, and I think it's just gravy. It's not like you need that fourth or third can. It doesn't mean you need 4 or 5 candles because it's called a 3 bar reversal. That's all it is. So this is really nice. You've got this candle, like I said, that right here that engulfs the previous two and I guess three. And so how would you trade this? Well, it's very simple. It's the same thing again. You just put a sell as soon as that thing closes. You wait till it closes, by the way. You don't want to just do it as it's forming. You want to wait for that candle to close. Once it's closed, go ahead and execute a sell. You're going to put your stop loss on the end of the body of that third candle, and then you're going to ride this down. In this example, a 1-to-1 would have worked just fine right there. Looks like a 1-to-2 also would have worked. Looks like a 1-to-3 also would have worked. And you might, if you had stayed in for a while, looks like you could have actually just kept holding on um, all the way to like 1-to-6.5 or something. I'm not saying you would have done that. I definitely wouldn't have done that. That's super hindsight right there. But I think you could do a healthy 1-to-2 just like you did with all of them. That's great. So, um, great stuff right there. This one's kind of interesting. This is a huge candle. This is probably a news event right here. Uh, this is probably a news event candle. By the way, this is on a 15-minute chart. You can do this on any time frame. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to do this. Like for example, if you're a scalper and you want to just get up in the morning before you go to work and make, a few bucks before you go to work, I think a 5-minute chart's really good. I'm going to show you how to do that I have a friend actually, he does this for a living. He just trades a 3 bar reversal. All he does is he gets up at the New York Open and then he looks for 3 bar reversals in that first 30 minutes of trading. And then once he gets his setup, he'll just put in the setup and then he'll leave the setup um, until it's done. So he can actually go to work and start getting ready for work as soon as he gets his setup in and then he's done. So I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. I just want to show you this. This is kind of interesting. It's a huge candle. It's not really a 3 bar reversal though, right? Because um, you really want that first candle right here to be in opposition of where this huge engulfing candle came from. So this doesn't really classify, in my opinion, as a 3 bar reversal. Okay. In fact, I just prefer them when you have like what I would have liked to see is two green candles first and then that engulfing candle, right? Which I don't have. This works right here. So this is actually a 3 bar reversal right here. This is really, really good. You got two green candles in a row, and then you got this bearish candle that engulfs both of those green candles. Okay, so he comes down and he aggressively engulfs. Um, this is what we're talking about right here. He engulfs those two green candles right there easily. Um, and then as soon as that forms, what you do is you put in a short position. As soon as that third candle closes, you put in a short, and then you're going to put your stop loss at the top of that candle body, and then you're going to ride this for, 1-to-1 would have been right here. That's easy. 1-to-2 would have taken you to there. It looks like the other ones, it looks like you could have just held this and held this as long as you pretty much wanted to. But I'd say 1-to-2 is kind of the golden thing with these 3 bar reversals. 1-to-2 seems to work most of the time. Um, So let me show you how to do this like if you're trading this on like my friend does. Okay, so let's go to a 5 minute chart and I'm going to pull up that sessions indicator. Um, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's pull up sessions. Okay. And so sessions, what it does is it helps me see what session I'm trading in. So if I want to trade New York and I can get up early enough to trade New York in the mornings. Okay. New York opens at 8 a.m. Eastern. That's 5 a.m. Pacific. Okay. So it's it kind of varies depending on where you live. But this is just your morning trade basically. So this guy does this on a 5 minute chart, trades the New York session. And so now let's see, let's actually go back and find let's see, is this showing? Oh no, I don't have it on. Okay, so I'm just going to show New York sessions only. And I'm just going to go to the beginning of the New York session and find a 3 bar reversal because this is usually where you're going to find them. Yeah, right here. I just literally went to the first one I saw. So here's Wednesday, June 19th. Here's a 3 bar reversal. So just the couple of candles, this bullish candle, another bullish candle going right into the open of New York formed. And then about 5 or 10 minutes after New York opened, you get this big, massive bear candle right here. And it engulfs the previous two candles. So that would work. That's definitely a 3 bar reversal. So you would get in as soon as that closes, and then your stop loss would go at the top of that body. And then you could ride this down for, one to see 1 to 2 puts you right there, which is perfect. So, and how long did that last? So you took this trade 10 minutes, 5 minutes into the open. So let's say you take this at 8 a.m. Eastern, 8:10 Eastern, we'll say, and you're out of this by you've hit your take profit within 2 hours. But the cool thing is you just you just got up for 10, 15 minutes in the morning. As soon as you saw that on the euro dollar, you put that in, then you go to work, and then within 2 hours after you've taken that trade, you're done. Right. So there's that one right there. Let's go to the previous day. Let's just try to find as many of these as we can. So again, you just wait at the beginning of the open. Um, um, this doesn't really, I mean, according to the AI, this would count right here. I don't like this though. It's just personally not one I would trade. Because what the AI said when we did that chat GBT thing, just says so long as that third candle engulfs above bar one, it works. So if you follow the AI's version of the 3 bar reversal, this would work just fine. Um, like this little 3 bar would count. So you've got a nice little bearish candle in bar one, an indecision candle in bar two. Bar three engulfs or not engulfs. It doesn't actually engulf it. What it does is it just surpasses the body of bar one, which is what the AI says. Those are not my favorite ones though. It's not my favorite, but it would technically work. So I don't know if I would have traded that one. I probably would have had a couple of other charts on my screen and waited for something else to show up. Um, Here's actually a pretty good 3 bar reversal about 2.5 hours in to the London session or the New York session. This is the type of one that I like to trade right here. This is my favorite type. Why is that my favorite? Because the characteristic of the third candle is that it completely engulfs the previous two candles. Okay. So those are my favorite trades. Um, yeah, when this third candle engulfs the previous two combined. Okay, that's my favorite type. Then the way I trade this, it's simple from there. Once you know that, you just put in your sell stop loss at the top of the body of that third candle, and then you just ride this down for 1 to 2. I guess in this example, you could have gone for quite a bit more actually, like 1 to 4 you could have gotten, but I don't know how you would have known that. So, all right, let's go. Find another New York session. Okay, so here is Monday, June 17th. Let's go to the beginning of the session. So I've got the New York session highlighted in red or pink here. And so this is again, this is why my friend trades this. Um, um, what he'll do is he'll just wait at the beginning of the open, wait for the first 3 bar reversal to show up, and then he'll get after it. This is kind of interesting. There's not a lot of 3 bar reversals that I see here, in the way that I like to trade them, at least, because this one's close. Um, this bullish candle technically does engulf this red candle here, but the previous one's not red. The thing is, they're indecision candles, and I think that would work. Like this would have been fine, but it's not one that I would have probably preferred. I actually would have preferred this one, and this one would have been a loser to me. This is exactly what I like right there. This one, you've got this big bear candle that engulfs the previous 2 or 3 or 4 candles. It's crazy. See, this is where I would have shorted. And I actually would have lost on this one. So you don't win them all, obviously. You're definitely not going to win them all. Um, but if you had used this one right here, looks like you would have been fine. You had bought right there, stop loss at the edge of that body, and ridden this up, 1 to 2, easily could have gotten the 1 to 2 right there. That's a good one. And that one occurred within that actually took about an hour into the open, but an hour later you get that nice engulfing candle and that would be your trade right there. Let's go find another one. Okay, so let's go to the next day to the open of London and see if we can find it. Yep. So right, I mean this would work. Again, it's not my favorite, but um, it's not my favorite type of entry. But right here, you've got this big red candle right at the open. You got a green candle right before it, which is good. But you've got this bear candle right here. Again, this probably wouldn't have been my favorite type of setup, but I guess it could have worked because what you're basically looking forward to is a candle that engulfs, kind of a range or a couple of candles prior to it, whether or not they're red or green. However, I do prefer if you're going to go short that the previous 2 candles are green. That is my preference. Okay. And so I'll try to find a currency pair where that's happening. But this would have worked. Like you could have sold right there, stop loss at the top of that body. And then, a 1 to 1 would put you right there. A 1 to 2 would get you out. Right over here, you would have been done with this trade. Let's try to find another example here. Yeah, right here, about 2 hours into the open, you got a nice little um, engulfing candle right here. This candle engulfs the previous 2 candles. That would work. This one was close. I wouldn't qualify this one. This green candle doesn't quite engulf those previous 2, so I wouldn't have counted that. Um, oh, this one would have counted. Here's 2 bear candles, and you have a green candle right here. It looks like that one wouldn't have worked though. Yeah, it looks like you would have bought at the top right here with the stop loss just right there, and then a take profit about 1 to 2. This one would have lost, unfortunately. So they don't all win, right? Like I wouldn't expect all of these to win. Um, my friend, he tells me that he prefers just the ones at the beginning of the open. So try to just trade only the ones at the open, kind of the idea. Yeah, I don't see it quite lining up here on the euro dollar at this open. I don't see a 3 bar reversal that that I would have traded. No, not quite. Oh, here's a big day. Holy smokes, that was a news event for sure. Probably skip it because it's a news event, but yeah, there's probably some bars. There's probably some patterns in there that would have worked. Okay, so here's this day. This is on Tuesday, June 11th. Let's see what we can find at this one. Okay, so nothing's engulfing each other right here. No engulfing candles. No engulfing candles right through here. You really don't get an engulfing candlestick until like right here. This candle, that red candle engulfs the previous like 4 or 5 candles. So that would have been a potential trade opportunity to sell there. Um, but it's still not my, again, I'm very particular. I like to find two bearish candles and then a big green candle, or two green candles and then one big bearish candle. So I don't really have that perfect setup here. But this would have worked. Like you could have used, I mean, this is definitely an engulfing third candle right here. So you could have used that and then sold from there. It looks like if you had sold there, you could have entered there. Stop loss right here. You could have made a 1-to-1 at least, but not quite the 1-to-2. No, you wouldn't have quite gotten to the 1-to-2 before that one would have been done. Let's see. Okay, so my guess is if you're going to trade this at the open, you'd need to have, the euro dollar pulled up, the pound dollar pulled up, the Aussie dollar, maybe the dollar yen, and just trade the most obvious one that shows up right at the open. Is probably what I would, that's probably how I would trade it. So I don't see any 3 bar reversals right here that I would trade, because right here I have 2 green candles. I do have a bear candle here, but it doesn't engulf those 2 green candles, so that wouldn't count. I do have a bullish engulfing candle right here, but it only engulfs 1 candle. I need it to engulf 2. That doesn't quite happen. Here we go. Here's one right here. This is exactly my favorite setup. So this one, you have 2 bull candles in a row, and then one very bearish bear candle. Okay. And this would count right there. So you got to sell right there, stop loss at the top of that candle, and then take profit about one. Again, you could go 1-to-1, gets you right there. A 1-to-2 puts you right there. That's perfect. I love that one because that clearly does have 2 green candles first and then a big engulfing bear candle. So that's my favorite way to trade it. And that one took place, you had to wait about an hour into the open before that showed up. Okay. Um, yeah, let's see. Are there any other engulfing candles here? That engulf two, because the recipe that I like is 2 bears and then huge green, or 2 green and then huge bear. It's kind of how I like that. Okay, let's go look for another one at the open from the previous day over here. Wow, this is a news event for sure. No, I'm not gonna look at that one with the news event. Let's see, do we have anything here? Nope, not quite. Nothing quite lines up here. Um, Obviously this is an engulfing candle, but it doesn't have 2 bear candles prior to it. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for with some of these. So not every currency pair is going to have the setup that you're looking for every single day. See, this one would work. This one would work. It's just a news event though, and I don't usually like to trade them around news events. This is probably a news event right here, but this is a huge engulfing bear candle, and it does have 2 green candles just prior. You got 2 green candles. And then, I mean, doesn't look like you could quite get a 1-to-1 out of this, but um, and I don't really trade news events, so I'd probably skip that one. But Yeah, I hope you're kind of seeing what we're looking for here. This one would work. I'm not sure if that's a green candle right there or a blue or a bear candle, but you got two candles and then this green guy engulfs both of them. So that would work. That would definitely work. You could buy that one, stop loss at the other side of it, ride that up 1 to 2. It's pretty easy 1 to 2 actually. Not bad. So why does my friend trade this at the open? Well, because that's when a lot of the markets will try to figure their direction out for the day. And that's when a lot of volatility hits the market. So those 3 bar reversals are pretty common at the open. Obviously, not every currency pair is going to have them, but they're pretty common. This one was really obvious. This was on Tuesday, June 4th. Look at this one. So this was right at the open. Perfect timing. So you have two or three bear candles right here in a row. They're about the same size. And then you get this green candle that it just engulfs both of them right at the open. So you wait for that to close and about, 8:05 in the morning Eastern time, you'd get in, put that trade in right there, buy, stop loss on the other side of that. And yeah, you could have driven this one up pretty much the whole day from there, but a 1 to 2 would get you right to there. Looks like you could have gone 1 to 6 or more even. Wow, that was crazy that day. That's pretty crazy. But that's picture perfect right there. That's classic perfect trade opportunity. Okay, let's go over here. Here's Tuesday, June 3rd. Any setups here? I mean, there's setups, but I don't know if they're the ones I like, right? Because I like it when there's two blue or two red and then one big green or two small greens and then one big red is the way I like to do it. But I guess this would work, like it would work fine. Um, some of these would work fine if you follow the Chat GBT version right here, because with Chat GBT, bar two can be a smaller bearish or bullish candle. It can be bullish or bearish with bar two, so long as it exhibits indecision. For me, I just like to have them both red or both green, but that's harder to come by. My way doesn't happen every single day, or the way I like it every single day. So this, I mean, according to ChatGPT, this would be a 3 bar reversal right here because you have you have a blue candle or red candle here, kind of an indecision candle in between, and then a huge candle up on trade two or on the third bar actually on the third bar, yeah. So that would work, and this would also be a 3 bar reversal right here. This would count according to ChatGPT right here. That would count. Okay, let's go look at the next. So maybe we'll just do one or two more, and I think we'll wrap up. Um, this might have been a news event as well, right here. Yeah, this was on May 31st. I'm not sure what that was. Yeah, yeah, you got a bear candle, indecision candle, then bullish engulfing. This would count, and then you could ride that one up if you wanted to. I think that was a news event. Again, I don't really like trading these at news events. That's just my own opinion, though. Um, that's just me. Let's look at one or two more. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one was really close. Really close. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would have counted this, honestly. It was really close. This green candle almost engulfs both of these candles right here. That, I mean, you might have pushed it, but I better not push it because it'd be hindsight. So I'm going to say no, I wouldn't have taken it. Um, let me see if we can find another good one. Oh yeah, this is good. There's actually two right here I see. This is my favorite type of setup right there. And there's another one just like it right here. I like both of these. So you got two green candles in a row and then big, massive bear candle that engulfs both of them in both examples. Looks like I would have lost on this first one. I would have lost here, but this second one I would have made money because the second one, simple setup. Your sell goes right there. Stop loss at the top of the candle or the body of the candle. And then you can write that down 1 to 2. 1 to 2 would be right there. That's easy. Looks like you could have gone more, but again, that's also hindsight. 1 to 5 would have been on the table there. Actually, looks like this just kept going. Looks like you could have just, sheesh. Yeah, I think it's hindsight, but it's just fun to see sometimes. Some of these actually do go a long ways if you catch them just right. All right, so that's a 3 bar reversal. So there's yeah, the two ways, like I said, my favorite way is to get two greens and then one big red, or two reds and then one big green. That's the way I like it. Or you can do it this way with ChatGPT. Um, and you can, it's basically the same concept where 1 bar is down in the first candle, and then the second candle is more of an indecision, and then the third candle engulfs. Um, and then and yeah, that's probably the way that's not you'll get more opportunities if you go with the AI's route. To me, they're still probable, but they're not as probable if you to me, I like the ones that are solid two greens and then solid two reds and then that candle that engulfs the other direction. So all right, guys. I hope that was helpful. Hopefully, this is a good little strategy to maybe play around with. Yeah, I think if you play this at the Open of Tokyo or the Open of New York or the Open of London, you'll find a lot of opportunities on the 5 minute chart that I think will give you, I think you'll be pretty happy finding those opportunities and then executing on them. So. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Well, thank you for coming. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you guys in the next webinar. Thanks for coming.